Are you ready for some football? It's the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers, and it's all up next.
It's been the home of the Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you to EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Welcome to the booth, everyone. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, all set for a good one here. Greg, this is one of those interesting things because you talk to both coaches. They've schemed, plotted all week, and the question becomes, who's got the plan that's going to fit against this other team?
Well, that's always the question, and I think if we really got honest responses from some of these play callers in pregame, I think they're not even quite sure. Everyone goes in feeling really good about the week work. They feel really good about where they are from a game plan perspective. But now, can you adjust? Can you find the elements of that game plan that are best suited for having success in this given game? That's the key.
Out is Eddie Pinheiro to get this one started. And off we go from Charlotte. Pierre Strong on the return. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading them out, the veteran quarterback first-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
There was a time, and it wasn't very long ago, Mike, that this guy was trending towards becoming one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. He has to find a way to get back to stacking strong performances, one after another, and keep his team in the hunt. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out, but if he plays well, his team is always going to have a strong chance of winning.
Watson going to throw right away. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Now first down throw for Watson. He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
On the carry, this is Nick Chubb. He'll push forward for about a yard. Play is made there by DJ Wanham. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Watson. They'll try and set up the tight end screen. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And right to the 25-yard line, that is enough for the first down, so they pick it up on the ground, and the drive keeps going.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Back to throw is Watson. Now sets up a screen for Chubb. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal, but I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Velus Jones now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. Second and 7. They'll go again with Hubbard. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. They'll try to run for it with Hubbard. And he's going to have a Panthers first down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
There's a short one caught by Sanders. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. Second and a yard. On play action, Young. This throw left side taken in by the rookie wide receiver. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Whoa. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. Over the middle, he's got Leggett.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Out of the shotgun, Young. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver.
Good blocking, and he's in. Bryce Young, touchdown Carolina. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Panthers move out to a 7-3 lead. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Browns offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
To throw on 2nd down is Watson. He'll get this complete to Jerry Jeudy. 13 yards on that pass play. It's a Browns 1st down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
On 1st and 10, here's Watson. (7-3) is the score, with 2 minutes to play in the 1st half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Nice job bouncing back there on second down. First down, they gave up way too many yards and put them in second and short. But now they can gain some of that back with that sack and brings up third and medium, and the likelihood of getting off the field just went up.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. That's taken in by Chubb. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. The Browns getting their punting team out there. Raheem Blackshear is set to return for the Panthers. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Panthers offense ready to take over for their second possession. They are backed up about as far as you can be, operating from their own 2-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. Now problems. He loses the football near his own goal line.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's first and goal. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Here's Chubb, and he will dive into the end zone. Nick Chubb, touchdown Browns. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball first and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Raheem Blackshear on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with first and 10. To throw is Young. That's to the right, caught by Sanders. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's good for 11 and a first down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their second, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Young. Secured by the veteran, Adam Thielen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, and next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Browns are on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. We saw a solid first half out of the workhorse Nick Chubb. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. On the return, here comes Blackshear. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. To throw is Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. On the bootleg, it's Young. He finds the big tight end, Tremble. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
No, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion left. On 1st down is Young. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Young to throw on 1st down. They go back to Leggett. He's got another one. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
They'll run with Hubbard. And he's in! Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now Pinheiro to add on the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Panthers are on top. It's 14-10. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. On the return, this is Strong. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Watson. This is brought in downfield by Judy. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a 1st down.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
Watson now on 1st down. A throw, right side, taken by Njoku. 12 yards on that hookup First down, Cleveland.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
He'll go right back to Njoku. He's got it again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To the air again. Watson. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So, here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Watson, going to give it to Chubb. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Here's a run. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Here now, 2nd down and goal. From the shotgun, here's Watson. That's hauled in at the 2. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
They'll run with Chubb. And waiting, no signal. He did not get in. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, 4th down.
So here we go. Could be the play that ends up deciding this one. 4th down and goal. They snap it to Watson. That one taken in. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Cleveland. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. It's up and good. And the Browns move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. On the return, here comes Blackshear. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Panthers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The motion man is Sanders. On 1st and 10, here's Young. That's caught. It's the tight end, Sanders. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They'll motion over Thielen. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They send him right out of the slot. They'll drop to throw. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
A throw left side, taken in by Thielen. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing is Young. Gonna set up the screen here to Hubbard.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
Now 2nd and inches. Out of the shotgun, Young. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late. They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
This one is on target, and it is good. They have tied things up here in the final minute.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. On the return, this is Strong. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Browns offense ready to take over once again. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Off play action, here's Watson. That one on target to Moore. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Here's 1st and 10. Watson. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Fuller. And the Panthers are going to have it with a chance to win this game here in overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. On the return, this is Strong. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain. Now
a first throw here in overtime. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. From the gun, it's Young. Along the sideline, Thielen there to pull it in.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. A throw, left side, caught by Sanders.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Young. Oh, wide open is Thielen. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
On 1st down is Young. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. The motion man is Sanders. Young to throw on 1st down. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Young hands it to Hubbard. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third and 9. Man in motion, heading left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Denzel Ward in there defensively to knock it away.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
So, here's Eddie Pinheiro in a big spot. This one to win it in overtime. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory. So, it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. This was a close-fought game. They were able to get themselves into field goal range here in OT, and the final kick sailed through the uprights to finally close out this victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Panthers are winners, as we say, so long from Uptown Charlotte.